All members of the Rankin County Goon Squad now sentenced after the final 2 former officers learned today how much time they will spend in prison.
The U.S. Department of Justice calling all 6 severe sentences reflecting the defendants' savagery. Former Rankin County Deputy Brett McAlpin received more than 27 years in prison on those federal charges. Former Richland police officer Joshua Hartfield received just over 10 years in prison.
And Rankin County Sheriff Brian Bailey commenting on the sentencings for the first time, saying his department fully cooperated with state and federal prosecutors. The sheriff saying, in part, violations of established rules and regulations will not be tolerated by this department, and anyone who violates the law will be brought to justice.
Our team coverage continues as we break down today's sentencing and how long the former officers will actually spend in prison. Quentin Smith joins us live now with reaction from the victims. Quentin.
That's right. Michael Jenkins and Eddie Parker came into the courtroom each day looking for justice, and they say they got just that. With the 6 former officers now set to spend time behind bars for physically and sexually assaulting the 2 men, they say it's a sigh of relief knowing members of the Goon Squad are being punished for their actions.
Justice. Something I never thought we were going to get.
But now that he has it.
Waiting on this for years and ages, and here's a new day.
Michael Jenkins, along with Eddie Parker, can breathe a little easier knowing these 6 former Rankin County law enforcement officers who beat and tortured them for nearly 2 hours are no longer on the streets.
January 24th, sympathy was only in me and Michael's eyes. Sympathy was the only thing we wanted. Sympathy is what we did not get. But we got sympathy today. We got appreciation today. We got joy today.
On Thursday, that joy started when Brett McAlpin was sentenced to a little more than 27 years in prison. The former chief investigator for the sheriff's department was the highest ranking officer at the scene. He also had supervision over 4 officers. Prosecutors say he made the initial call sending members of the Goon Squad to carry out the attack. Also, he gave the orders and watched while the Goon Squad did his dirty work for him.
And so if he's here and he got 27 years for one case, he should have gotten 27 times, God knows how much, for the number of times that he's lied on people and participated in this type of brutality and never been called to account for it until now.
The last man being sentenced is former Richland police officer Joshua Hartfield. He's receiving a sentence of just over 10 years. Although it was revealed that Hartfield was the least hands-on during this attack, the judge says he's still guilty because he was present and did not intervene to help stop it. Also, he tried to cover up this crime by getting rid of the surveillance video from the home where the beating took place.
139 years total for all 6 defendants. That's strong. That which a man soweth, that shall he also reap. It has happened in this courthouse. It said what is done in the dark will come to the light. All of this was done in the dark, and people kept it in the dark.
That's right.
But a higher power and the people brought it to light.
Now, I do want to point out the sentences for this week are only for the federal charges the 6 men are facing. They're still waiting to be sentenced for their state charges. That sentencing is set to take place sometime next month. But get this, there's a chance the 6 men may not have to serve the full sentences that the judge handed down to them today. Our CJ LeMaster joins us now to break that all down for us. CJ.
Well, Quentin, some time has already been reduced based on the fact that these 6 former Rankin County law enforcement officers have been behind bars for 7 months. They're getting credit for time served, but they can also get a significant reduction based on good behavior. Based on that, Hunter Elward would be behind bars for more than 16.5 years, Jeffrey Middleton more than 14 years, Daniel Opdyke, more than 14 years as well. Christian Dedman, who got the biggest sentence of them all, will have to serve 33.5 of his 40-year sentence. Former Chief Investigator Brett McAlpin will be behind bars for at least 22.5 years. And finally, former Richland police officer Joshua Hartfield will have to spend 8 years in prison for his role in the incident. That's a reduction of 15% if they complete that good behavior requirement. 3 on Your Side has confirmed state sentencing will take place April 10th in Rankin County Circuit Court, but the The plea deals from Attorney General Lynn Fitch's office suggest far less jail time than the feds have dealt this week. U.S. District Judge Tom Lee says the 6 will serve their state and federal sentences concurrently at the same time.